So hey everyone, welcome back to module 4, and we'll here talk about YouTube and video ads for your e-commerce brand. So here we will first talk about like some numbers, like how YouTube can be a huge opportunity for your brand, and then I'll walk you through how to create your first campaign, and then we'll talk about which bidding strategy do you use, why, and then some ideas on the videos, like what to do, what not to do, and certain type of like audiences that you should try. So we'll first start with some numbers. I already showed you this in the module 1, but once again, like this number is like, okay, you can check this on this website. I added here. Like in October 23, the number of users on Facebook were like 3 billion. On YouTube, it was like 2.5 billion. But the same numbers right now in March, it's like on the same website, you will see it says 2.75 billion for YouTube. That means YouTube is almost as big platform as Facebook itself. So like the opportunity to scale on YouTube is like humongous. But the thing is, making something work on YouTube is the hard for the same reason. Like it's just so broad with so many users. You have to narrow it down in a certain way to find out, like, okay, finally find out the type of people that you want to target and who might be interested in buying your product, which is like the entire process. Now, how to advertise on YouTube? So basically, if you see this screenshot, like there are certain ads on the left side as well as the right side. So here is like a smaller section, and not only the bigger videos, but also some sort of, let's say, display and shopping involved as well. We'll also talk about that like the later in the same video. So how YouTube ads work? So YouTube ad works like two ways, either PPV or PPC. PPC, I think so far, I think everyone knows by now, like what is PPC is like pay per click, and the second, and what is PPV is like pay per view. So I think that's pretty much simple. Like you basically pay for view, or you basically pay for click, depending on what you are trying to do or what type of ad you are trying to run. So there are a couple of ads like the skippable ads, non-skippable ads, overlay ads, display ads, and sponsored cards. Now we'll talk about how to set up YouTube video ads. So it's pretty much, it's like we'll first do the same thing. Just click on plus icon, new campaign, sales, videos, and now there are like a couple of options, settings that we will need to select. First is campaign name. Again, pick one format and stick to it for forever. That will make your life so much easier when you are actually in a scaling phase. So let's say the format we will use is YT, which stands for the YouTube, country USA, and then let's say product name, who created this campaign, BG, my initials, Bonitaria, and the date. That is, so they're very simple, but I highly recommend you create some sort of format for your internal use, because let's say right now maybe you are managing ads by yourself, but after 6 months when you are scaling Google and now you want to focus on some better things and you want someone else to manage your Google ads, like how they are going to understand the campaign. So then this comes very handy. The same thing, let's say right now maybe the media buyer is managing your Google ads. Maybe after 6 months it's a different media buyer, and this media buyer is only focused on, let's say, shopping or PMAX or whatever. Now the second part is locations. Like just select the location you are trying to target. Languages. Okay, bidding strategy is actually a good part. We'll talk about bidding strategies. So there will be 4 options. First, target CPA, maximize conversions, maximize conversion value, and target ROAS. So now we'll talk a little bit what bidding strategy makes the most sense for you. So first 2 bidding strategies, target CPA and maximize conversion. This would make more sense for you when you are running only one product, like one product brand, or all your products are in a similar price range. Now how do you differentiate both of these? If you fall into this criteria, is like, if you have historical data, go with target CPA. You can start with target CPA, that's fine. But let's say if this is a brand new account and you are just launching or just starting out, then I would recommend you start with maximize conversions. Again, the same criteria for both these campaigns is like one product store, one product brand, or products in the similar price range. The next, maximize conversion value or target ROAS. So I would recommend you try these bidding strategies when you are running multiple products and like you are selling, your catalog is bigger. and price range is also different for all the products. And now again the same thing. If you have historical data on the account, target ROAS is fine. But if not, then stick with maximize conversion value. So let's say again, if you are just starting out, then maximize conversion value is what you need. Now, honestly, if you are just starting out, I would not really recommend you start with goal. Actually, we will talk about that part later. For budget, the bidding strategies maximum CPV, target CPM, and viewable CPMs aren't available in the conversion objective campaign. So basically, the type of campaign we are trying to create here for e-commerce, because we are trying to sell a product, we want to worry about these things. As simple as that. For budget, how much budget would you need? Let's say if your revenue total for a brand is 100K, you are just starting out Google and you want to use YouTube ads, the best thing you can do is like only start with retargeting or remarketing. Retargeting is the safest way, like we have seen in the module 3 for displays, like how do you create those custom audiences, right? So basically that would be your retargeting. So only you use YouTube ads only for retargeting. Again, this will save you like a lot wasted budget, because you are just starting out and considering you don't have data. Start with retargeting YouTube ads, and then given that your monthly revenue is 100K, somewhere around $30 to $50 a day on this YouTube retargeting campaign is just fine. And then you can like increase or decrease depending on what numbers you get. It's very simple, but 30 to 50 is fine USD. Next is product feed. Let's say if you have GMC, like Google Merchant Center, active product, active feed, and your GMC is connected with your Google Ads account, then there is no reason why you shouldn't enable this. This is like highly recommended. You should enable this. This is like those tiny shopping type of ads you see like just under the videos. Next is create the ad groups and ads. So basically how you can structure this first YouTube campaign is like one campaign, but couple of ad groups, and all those ad groups will have different type of audiences. Some examples. Let's say remarketing audience. This is something you can get from analytics, Google Ads, or your customer list, like your email list. Next is like the branded keywords. Everyone knows branded keywords. Converting keywords, which means like the keywords which are actually converting, but they are not like the branded keywords. And on the other part, let's say if you have some sort of data or insights in your other campaigns, then you can see like what type of audiences are working, and you can create affinity and in-market audiences. So what is difference between affinity and in-market audience? Both of them are like similar audiences on Facebook, but the difference is affinity is broad and in market is kind of narrow. So as an example, let's say if someone is interested in new gadgets, tech, AI, robots, whatever, then they are affinity. But let's say if someone searches for best 2024 Lenovo laptop, so now that means they are in market to buy a laptop, which is a bit narrowed down. So again, affinity is broad, and in market means someone is in market, narrowed down, trying to buy product right now. And like you can scroll around and see what other type of affinity and in market audiences you see. But again, I highly recommend if you are just starting out, just stick to retargeting and or remarketing. This should do. Now next, how can you grab like audience attention on YouTube? You have to understand like the resolution or aspect ratio for YouTube is like most of the users would be using mobile. So that's something you should have in mind when you are trying to create a content batch for YouTube. There is a common myth like you will need commercial high converting videos before starting when you start YouTube ads. That is not true. Like we have spent 6 7 figures on the winning videos which we take from clients Facebook, TikTok, or Snap, and they do just fine on YouTube. Again, like if you get commercial videos, they will perform better. That like logically makes sense, and which is true, but that does not mean you can only start with the commercial videos. You can start with the normal winning videos that you see on your that you use on your Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and Snapchat ads. Generally what happens is like on TikTok videos die like very quickly, like let's say a couple of days or 2 weeks at max. On Facebook they would they would last, let's say couple of weeks, not couple of days, but let's say on Facebook they will last 4 weeks. But the best part about Google is like once your video starts working, like they usually last like a couple months. I would say 2 months, 4 months. We have even seen like 6 months, and they just crush it. So like things like all the type of assets, I wouldn't say only videos, but like also images, like they last way longer. So that would be how much content, like what frequency you will need to test. So I mean, for testing, you will definitely, it will be unique for all the brands depending on how fast you are trying to find your winner. But once you find your winner, like they last a bit longer. So some strategies, some tips for your YouTube ads. You make sure your objectives are very clear. Again, understand your avatar, like what are the people, like the ideal customer that you are trying to target, like what are they searching, what do they look like, what do they wear, what are the common activities they do, what are the where are they usually go, maybe they go to gym, they go to clubs, they go to new restaurants, nearby cafes, or they like outdoors, or what is like their thinking process. That is how you understand your audience, and that's how you come up with new video angles. Again, compelling content, optimized for mobile, like this is a big one. Like most of the users are using mobile, so I mean most of us are also using YouTube on mobile. So this definitely makes sense why we need mobile, like why we need our videos like more compatible with mobile. Targeting options, monitor and optimize, pretty simple. One more thing is like YouTube has same like aspect ratio as TikTok, Instagram Reels, and Facebook, not really Facebook feed, but these two platform where actually our which is like right now going viral. So most of the times, like you can actually copy paste the same video you are using on your TikTok and IG reel. Whatever goes viral there, most likely that would go viral on YouTube shorts. Very simple. What not to do in your YouTube ads: don't ignore targeting audience. Why? Because again, YouTube is huge, it's broad. So if we don't like give Google some sort of ideas or help, how are they going to find the customers? I mean, of course they will eventually, but that will burn a lot budget, time and testing, and that's not very healthy for a business. So try to give Google as many things as you can that goes for audience, videos, so like the keywords, merchant center feed. Try to avoid poor video quality, of course. Try to make it more engaging, which is like, in other words, don't like make very long introduction videos. Don't show something different in your video and then there is different things on your landing page, and the overlooking call to action button. Pretty much simple. So this was the video, like the basics about YouTube ads. If you have any questions, do let me know. But otherwise, I think this should be enough information for you to go out there and launch your first YouTube ads. Okay, perfect. I'll see you in the next module. Talk soon. Take care. Bye bye.